Hello again. This is basically a follow-up on my virtual pinball machine stroke arcade machine build. Basically I've now built the box out of cardboard. It's a prototype, just a very rough prototype, and I've mounted all the buttons on it. So basically two buttons on the front, two on top, the joystick. On the sides, flipper button and nudge button on each side. At the moment I'm running MAME on here just to try out the joystick. Had a bit of fun trying to get that set up and to get it running, doing all the wiring, because I did get an iPack 2 board which cost me about £33 delivered, and that enables you to basically connect all your buttons, etc., so that they'll work on the PC. I've just got this connected to my PC on that side there. Got the iPack running in the background because I was just programming the joystick buttons. So I'll just give a quick demo just to show you that it does work. You know, all the buttons and so on. Just wearing the GoPro, hopefully you can see it properly on here. Not sure if I got the angle right, but yeah, joystick's working. I had to turn it 90 degrees because it was 90 degrees out. I just stuck it on with gaffer tape for now, just to test it out. But yeah, it works quite well. So connection's all good. Quite basic really to connect up. Had a bit of a hassle to extend the wires because my soldering or soldering, whatever you want to call it, is not the greatest, but I did manage in the end. Just extended the wires under there. I'll explain it all to you just now when I show you the guts of my virtual machine. So total cost 33 quid. Used a second-hand monitor. Buttons were second-hand from a controller that I switched out, as I explained in my previous video. So yeah, it's working quite well. All the buttons work. You can, of course, in MAME change them to what you want. So you could just put keys what you want on the keyboard and then just program them in with the iPack software. I'll just turn it over. Well, I'll just explain to you first. I did make a bit of a mistake with the box. Instead of doing it at an angle, I just did one straight piece on each side. So I did make a mistake with that and didn't quite get it the right height. I'm still experimenting with the height, especially for the pinball, to see how that sort of works out. I find this is not a bad angle as I've got it at the moment. So I'm still working out all the angles and bits and pieces. I may also mount a back screen on there at some point, so I need to take that into consideration when I'm designing this thing. But yeah, I'll just turn it over quick. It's just very makeshift. Just turn it upside down. So that's the old monitor. Just strapped it in there with some gaffer tape. Everything's pretty much held together with gaffer tape at this stage. Just put a couple of these cardboard inserts just to support the monitor, because it is quite heavy, and this one's awkward because it's got speakers in it. And it's difficult if you wanted to support it on the edges alone, because it's different thickness, the bottom and the top of the screen. That's the iPack 2 board, which I've wired up, joystick and all the buttons inside. So basically I wired all my common ground together using one of these blocks, and it's all working. That's the wires I had to extend because they were a little bit on the short side. And that's basically the guts of it for now. I'm not putting a PC or anything in there for now. I'm just running it off my actual PC, which is standing in the corner there. So I'll just flip it back onto its feet. Yeah, like I say, it's a very, very rough prototype, just to check out how the thing works. I'll chuck the pinball on there now. then you can see how that works. I'll come out of this mame for a minute and I'll run the Pinball arcade. Where are you? If I can find it. I should have lined this up before I started the video, but never mind. We'll get there. Right, I'll just run that on there and you can see how that looks. You know, the screen's a little bit loose in there because it's just kind of temporary. But it does work. Start button should be working. I know what it is. I need to load the profile for that in iPack because I've got the main one that I saved on there. So if I open that and that should be the setup for my Pinball. It's decided it's not working anymore. I think one of the wires has come loose. Because the common earth, if one of those comes adrift, the whole lot stops working. Did notice one of these was sticking out quite far, yeah. As I say, it's a very rough sort of prototype at the moment, so not working. So I don't know what's going on with that. I shall have to sit down and figure it out. It's all part of the fun. Turn it back on its feet. Nope, we don't have any. Yeah, it's because I turned it over, something's come adrift on there. But that's basically the Pinball arcade on there. I'll just kick it off. Oh, hang on, you've got to kick it off with the... that's one thing I haven't figured out about this yet, is how to do all that bit. I don't know whether you can... Oh, you can. The joystick is now connected, of course. I've forgotten about that. I don't have anything selected for start. I'll have to figure that bit of it out. I have to use my mouse on the PC for now. Right, here we go. It is working. I forgot that first bit. I still need to figure out how to get it so that I can actually do all the controls on the machine. But yeah, that's the pinball part of it. Doesn't look too bad actually. Plays quite well. I'm not entirely satisfied with the position of these buttons on the side. Could have put them a bit further back so that you can rest your palms on the corners of the pinball table. That I still need to work on. I'm not entirely happy with that. But other than that, it works okay. I've got the nudge buttons on the side, they work. I just did left and right nudge. I didn't bother with up and down on you. I don't really need those. Left and right are the more important ones as far as I'm concerned in pinball. But yeah, that's it looks not too bad at all. Like I say, the screen's a little bit loose in there, but that's what I basically designed it on, was the screen. That's going to be the main feature of it. So I designed the box around the screen, cut all the pieces with a Stanley knife, stuck them all together with gaffer tape. Then I had that sort of strong cardboard 90-degree angle stuff, which I stuck on the sides like that, and I've used them as feet on that side when I realized that I hadn't cut the sides at an angle, but they probably wouldn't have been at a steep enough angle. I wouldn't have, you know, I could have still had to experiment with it anyway to get it the right height. You can also change the table view from here. I have programmed the one button for that. So yeah, my plan eventually is to build this out of wood, and or maybe get some vinyls made up, vinyl stickers made up to make it look really like a proper pinball machine. I was thinking maybe the Whirlwind one, because that's one of my favorites. But yeah, it's always a good idea to build a prototype, because then if you make mistakes, it's not serious. You can then correct them, change things, you know, see if the angles are correct, etc. The size, if you're happy with the size and all that sort of thing. So I did pick up some wood that someone had thrown out the other day, so that might be enough wood to actually to build most of this. I'll have to measure it and see whether it's big enough. But yeah, it works quite well with these buttons. Basically just use the £2 coin to draw circles on the box, because that's about 30mm in diameter, which is what these buttons are. The holes that you need for them, about 30 mils. I'm just waiting for my special bit to arrive for drilling the holes in the wood when I get around to that. Seems to be some sort of delay in the post with that, so we'll see when that arrives. But yeah, at the moment just messing around with the prototype and testing it out. See how it feels. I'll change these buttons next to put them in a more suitable position, so I can rest my hands maybe a bit further back down here. It feels more natural with the pinball machine there rather than there. So that's kind of an overview of the virtual pinball machine build, the prototype. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and let me know if you have any ideas or comments or anything like that, and I'll do a follow-up video once I get to the next stage of the build, which could be when I start doing all the bits of wood and so on for it. I'll do maybe another video on that to show you how it's coming along. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time, bye bye for now.